So today we are on the final session of the spiritual jigsaw puzzle. We have got 25 of the last realizations. And the moment we finish these 25 last realizations, you can have the copy of that book. And that book is a follow-up on the Enlightenment Life book. Some of you have got it. With that note, let us start. It is realization 76 to 100. Number 76. We must spend before our end. Today I was having a meeting with many big shots. For 4 hours we had a meeting. And I realized many rich people in this world, they accumulate money, but they don't spend before their end. This is a sign of ignorance. It's a sign of not having enlightenment. So it's one piece of the puzzle. Number 77, we must accept the divine will. We human beings, we don't know to accept the divine will. We have to learn how to accept the divine will. In number 77, I'd like to share with you this. It's called the Merchant of Arabia. Have you heard of the Merchant of Arabia? Kumar Swami, have you heard? The Merchant of Arabia, Hitkariji, is a man who's a very rich man. उनके कई ships थे, 50 ships होंगे. But 7 of his best ships were coming, and in a storm, they were going to sink. So his people came and told him, we got a message. At that time, the communication was not so good, but they got some that coding message that the ships have sunk. So the Merchant of Arabia said, Inshallah. Inshallah means whatever be the will of God. And then he went away. And after 1 hour, they came back running to him. And they thought, we got another message that the 7 ships that were sunk, they are not sunk, they got saved. He smilingly said, Inshallah. Whether the ship was sunk, he said, Inshallah. Whether the ship was saved, he was not excited. We human beings become very excited. And because we become so excited, we are unable to live a life of peace and bliss. We are overexcited. We are too sensitive to what is happening. We don't know the art of surrender. What do I tell people? I tell them something. I'm sorry, Bridget, it's a Hindi song, but I tell them, Khushi se jiyo, natak hai ye, kuch na sacha, sab aate jaate, sukh dukh dono, rang manch pe, ye aate jaate, प्रभु की लीला है, जो भी उसकी मर्जी है, हमको स्वीकार करना है, खुश हो के हमें जीना है, प्रभु की लीला है, हम तो बस कलाकार हैं, हम आते हैं जाते हैं, ये उसकी ही तो लीला है, मंजूर करना है, मंजूर करना है, मंजूर करना है. Learn to accept, learn to surrender, and learn to accept. That's the next 78. We must surrender. We must surrender to whatever will be. See, there are 2 things in life that we must learn. If you want to truly be enlightened, whatever has happened, accept. 77. Whatever is going to happen, surrender. 78. R77, R78. Very important. Because you must realize nothing is real. It's a cosmic drama. We are just actors. We come and we go. There will be laughter. There will be tears. Such is this cosmic show. It's a drama, you see. Whatever will be, will be. Our role we must do, you see. What will be, will be. This is from the song, Ke Sara Sara. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Ke Sara Sara. So we have to learn. We have to learn to surrender. And if I have time, I'll tell you something a little bit more on this. But let us move on to realization number 79. We are not the skin. but we are the power that is within. Don't be fooled by what we see in the mirror. Yesterday we spoke about this, and I'm sure we have some interesting question answers today on the soul power. But we are not the skin. Number 79, we are the power that is within. And number 80, we are just an instrument of the divine. Unless we realize I am not I, we can never be the instrument of God. What are we thinking all the time? I did like this. I will do like that. My house, my business, my mother, my child, my wife. Arey chodo yaar. Ye I and my, isko chodo. Leave it. Because this I and my is the biggest problem of our life. Let us let go of it. Let go of the ego on the realization number 80. And the realization number 80 says, we are just an instrument of the divine. You know what I tell when people ask me, how do you justify we are just an instrument of the divine? Give me the flute, isn't it? So I tell people, we are like a flute. You know a flute? Luckily, I have one today. We are like this. We are like this. And on this flute, I have a nice message. Some of you want the flute, I can give it to you. The message says, like this flute, we must, like this flute, we are nothing. God plays the music. Surrender. I don't know if you can read it. I'm reading it ulta, reverse. So what does the flute say? It says, मैं एक बांसुरी प्रभु कुछ भी नहीं, संगीत है तेरा मैं कुछ भी नहीं, मैं एक बांसुरी प्रभु कुछ भी नहीं, संगीत है तेरा मैं कुछ भी नहीं, मैं तो कुछ भी ना करता, जो भी करता मैं तू है करता, लगता ये है मैं करता. It seems that we are doing. We are so used to saying, I did, I. Drop that I before you die. Huh? Drop that I before you die. Otherwise, you have to come back again and again. And you have to suffer. There will be pleasure, but there will be pain. And you will suffer again and again if you don't drop that I. So, my dear friends, we are going on to realization R81. We must unlearn many things. Many of you want to learn. Learn chodo. First, you will unlearn. Because when you don't unlearn, then there is a lot of garbage on your slate. Your mind is full of garbage. Many people have told so many things. So just because somebody told something, is it true? No, it's not true. But because we have learned about Santa Claus, we have learned about a God with the elephant head, we have heard about the monkey God. We also like great fun. We keep making drawings. God is sitting in a lotus, God is sitting on a tiger, God is flying on a swan. It seems to be so much of mythology. So 81 says we must unlearn. If you want to be enlightened, you must unlearn many things. You have to wipe out the fairy tales. Because as long as you don't wipe out the fairy tales, you will never be enlightened with the truth. Number 82, happiness is a choice. Happiness doesn't depend on what happens to you. Happiness depends on how you react to it. Many people don't realize. They say, oh, I'm unhappy. No, you're not unhappy because of what happens to you. You're unhappy because the way you react to it. And the reaction is in your hands. Can you control other people's actions? You can't. You cannot control other people's action. But can you control your reaction? You can control your reaction. That is number 82. Realization number 83. What is our ultimate goal? Anybody knows this? What is our ultimate goal? Anybody remembers? Anybody can unmute and say, what is number 83? What is our ultimate goal?
So unite
Moksha.
Enlightenment.
God's realization.
All answers are correct. But the way I guide you with a rhyme. Our ultimate goal is to realize we are the divine soul. Goal, soul. Goal, soul. Anybody next time they talk about goal, immediately what should you think? Soul. The moment anybody says goal, you say soul. Goal, soul. Goal, soul. Goal, soul. That's you don't. Of course, you said liberation. I think Kiran said enlightenment or moksha, mukti. I heard 2-3 voices. Kiran's voice was very sharp. I could hear. But how do you achieve the goal? This is a beautiful song, which I like. It says, संसार की माया से मुक्त होना भक्ति से ये होता है प्रभु से गर प्यार इतना हो जाएगा मुक्त फिर वो होता है प्रभु से प्यार इतना हो तो संसार से कुछ ना चाहता बस मुक्ति मैं चाहता हूँ. See, either we can seek the world and sink in it and cry till we die, or we can be liberated. It does not mean that we should not enjoy the world, but don't become a slave. Don't crave till you reach your grave. Most people, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this. The day I saw one man, I asked him, what is this? He said, batteries. I said, why are you buying 20? He said, because I need 4. I said, why 16 more? He said, spare batteries. I said, okay, 4 more. Then why another 12 more? He said, if the spare batteries gets bad, then I want spare battery for the spare battery and spare battery for the spare spare. Now, this is what we are like that. We are always like this. One spare tire is not enough. We want one spare tire and one car to follow, and then 2 drivers, and then something else in case something goes wrong. We human beings are so sinking in this world that we are unable to escape. Realization number 84, 83 was, what is 83? What is the goal? The goal is to realize we are the soul. 84, the soul is God. The ruh inside, the ruh, the atma, the spirit is God. You know, in Christianity and in Judaism, which is the similar religions of Islam and the other things, right from the monotheistic religions, they spoke of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which means the Father is in heaven. The Son is the messenger who comes to earth. But we always talk of the divine spirit, and that is inside you and inside me. The soul is not like the body and the mind. The soul is God. The soul is the Atma. Atma is Paramatma. Once there was an Indian yogi. I think I've not told you this story. Bridget, have I told the story of the Indian yogi? And the Australian came to meet the Indian yogi. Have I told about the Australian? No? Sudeep Bhargava, have you heard the story of Australian coming to meet Indian yogi?
Sir,
No,
I
even-
think he's asking him, where is God? He puts up his finger. I think that is the story.
Have you read it or have I told you?
No, you told me. You told me.
So you then you wait, let others hear. Sarah, you know about this man finding God? The Australian came and told the Indian yogi, I have come to India in search of God. I want God. So the Indian yogi told, no problem. 5 minutes. Will you wait 5 minutes? I will call God. So the Australian said, 5 minutes. I will wait 5 hours. No problem. Take your time. I am sitting here. So the Australian was told, okay, Krishna Sharma, you heard the story. Australian was told, keep your eyes closed for 5 minutes. I'm calling God. He told, keep your eyes closed for 5 minutes. I am calling God. Then after 5 minutes, he told him, now open your eyes. When he opened the eyes, in the hand of the yogi, there was a beautiful peacock. There was a beautiful peacock. So the Australian told the yogi, hello, you are fooling me or what? Are you fooling me? I didn't want to see peacock. In Australia, I can get peacock. I want to see God, God. So what the yogi told the Australian, what can I do if you are seeing the peacock? What can I do if you cannot see the God in the peacock? Inside the peacock, there is God. But you are not able to see the peacock. You are not able to see God. I can see God. You are able to see peacock. I can see inside peacock, there is God. And so this man stayed on with the Indian yogi for some time till he realized. Then the man, he told him, what is this you are trying to say? Every soul is God. I don't know how many of you right now, when I am there, you tell every day, Shivoham, Shivoham, you say like this. Even Bridget says, Shivoham. But Bridget, when you meet anybody in Quebec, you say Shivoham? No, because you feel shy, you feel embarrassed. Next time you tell Shivoham. When you meet somebody from today, Bridget, you say Shivoham. They will ask you, what is Shivoham? What is Shivoham? Then you tell them, I see you as God. I see inside you a God. So you don't, anybody tell you good morning in Quebec, you say Shivoham. They say bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. You say Shivoham. Bonsoir, bonsoir, Shivoham, Shivoham. Like that. Okay. So the soul is God. We must understand. R number 85, the divine soul is always in bliss. The soul doesn't need happiness. A lot of people, they say, let us pray for the departed soul. My soul is sad. So many people, Ashok Maheshwari, have you heard people saying, my soul is very sad today. My soul is sad. How can the soul be sad? Soul cannot be sad. Soul is Ananda. Soul is always in Sat Chit Ananda. That's why 85 says, the soul is always in bliss. 86, the soul is not reborn. This is a question asked by Mr. Hitkari ji and Krishna Sharma. And 1 week, Mr. Surinder Goyal, we had at least 1 week of discussion. So you remember, Sudeep? Till they brought about the stories of Bhagavad Gita, and then it was so difficult. But finally, we overcame that situation. The soul is not reborn. Please read correctly. Please interpret correctly. Don't get carried away by stories. Surinder Goyal, I hope you are convinced. Soul is never reborn. The soul is immortal. That's what Krishna said. Amar hai. Atma amar hai. Okay? So 86, the soul is not reborn. 87, the soul does not suffer. Body suffers. Mind suffers. Ego suffers. The soul does not suffer. Because the soul is just like, let me give you an example. Suppose we are watching a movie in the theater. So in the movie, there's a lot of crying. Lot of crying. All the actors are crying, dying, crying, dying in the movie. So after the movie is over, the screen is wet. The screen is wet after so much crying. The screen doesn't matter whether you cry or you don't cry. The screen is not attached to the drama. Whether you are laughing or you are crying, comedy or tragedy, the screen doesn't matter. Number 88, we are the divine consciousness, the soul. When we realize in the jigsaw puzzle, we are not the body, not the mind, not the ego, then we realize that we are the divine soul. This is our biggest challenge, our challenge. How do you realize this? How do you get this? Starts with Neti, Neti. I don't know why Bridget asked me today, why you gave me Neti, Neti. I didn't understand really. So Neti, Neti is the starting point. It's the first point. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am the divine soul. So what I tell in India, I tell people, मैं तो एक आत्मा हूँ ये तन नहीं हूँ मैं जानता हूँ सच है यही संसार की माया में आत्मा फंसा है बदन में फंसा है यही, मैं तो ये जानता हूँ ये तन नहीं हूँ, नहीं ये बदन मैं नहीं, सच में तो मैं वो हूँ, हाँ मैं वही हूँ, मैं जानता हूँ मैं हूँ वही, एहसास ये है होना सच में मैं आत्मा, ये बदन मैं नहीं, मैं नहीं, ये नहीं मैं हूँ वही, ये नहीं मैं हूँ वही. We are all worried about death. You know why? Because we don't realize R number 88. R88 means we are the divine consciousness. We are immortal. There is no fear of death. R number 89, consciousness of the truth. When you realize this consciousness, it leads to bliss, leads to ananda. Ananda, Satchit Ananda, reach that state of Ananda. R number 90, realization overcomes ignorance. Who remembers the story? How realization overcomes ignorance? Anybody remembers the story? Who can tell me?
So there's a story.
Realization overcomes ignorance. Tell me the story.
So there was a prince of Kashi who in his childhood days was dressed like a princess. And
Good.
then he sees his own picture, he falls in love with that princess. But then he realizes it was him only.
Good, very good. Once is called this is the prince who fell in love with himself and was crying. I want to marry that girl. That girl was him only. Then when he realized it, then realization overcomes ignorance. One more story. Anybody knows how realization overcomes ignorance? Anybody remembers?
Raja Janak story, sir.
No, there is no
Counting
story of
1 to
Raja.
10.
Huh?
Counting 1 to 10, forgetting counting himself.
Correct. Good. Mr. Sharma, you are right. Realization, amazing. I did not remember this, but you remembered. I salute to you for remembering this. So this is called 10 friends crossing the river. Oh, my friend died. Oh, my friend died. Oh, my friend died. Then one man came and told him, thou art the 10th. You are the 10th man. Then, oh, yeah. Nobody died. Nobody. So one more story. One more story. Who remembers? Realization overcomes ignorance. Who remembers? So there was once a beggar. He was a blind beggar. Every day night he was picking all the coins and all the papers he was throwing. Then one man came and told him, hello, you fool. You are keeping all the small coins, all the big notes you are throwing away. The blind beggar was realized, oh my God. He realized. The next day onwards, did he throw the papers? No, he did not throw the paper because they were notes. He realized it. So that is realization overcomes ignorance. Number R91, realization 91, realization leads to enlightenment. Boom. When the 10 friends when they realized, enlightenment. When the beggar was realized, enlightenment. When the prince realized, how can I marry myself? The prince fell in love with the princess, which was a photograph of the prince dressed like a girl. So how can? So this is enlightenment. Realization leads to, first, number 90, it realization overcomes ignorance. Number 91, it leads to enlightenment. 92, enlightenment leads to liberation. If you want liberation, you need enlightenment. So enlightenment leads to liberation. If there is no enlightenment, no liberation. 93, liberation leads to unification. So these are all very interesting connections. This is like the end of the jigsaw puzzle is tuck, 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 put on the pieces together, tuck, 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 and you get to the picture. 93, liberation leads to unification with the divine. If you are not liberated, if you are not free, how can you become one with the divine? When people come to me and they say, Happy Independence Day, August 15th, everybody will start telling, Happy Independence Day, happy day of freedom. I say, shoo. Don't say that. Are you free? India is free. Be happy, India is free. But are you free? Are you free from your senses? Are you free from your mind? Are you free from your ego? The day you are free, you come and celebrate. Don't celebrate only Indian Independence Day. Celebrate Freedom Day every day. Then only you can be liberated and united. 94, 93, I finished. Liberation leads to unification. If there's no liberation, no unification. 94, yoga. Yoga is being in union with God. Or yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. 95, live like a yogi. योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. Live like a yogi, not like a bhogi. If you're not a yogi, you may become a bhogi. The bhogi is caught in the samsara. A yogi is connected with God. 96. The yogi lives in Sat Chit Anand. Sat Chit Anand. Reach that state of Sat Chit Anand. Divine bliss. Reach that state. A yogi is in that state. Yogi को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अरे योगी बोलता है जो भी हुआ हुआ चलेगा. The yogi is not affected by anything. The yogi is free. 97. Our purpose, our life purpose is to become one with God. 97. Our life purpose is to become one with God. Life has a purpose. Don't just come and go. This is a show. And before it's time to go, before the bell rings, bell may ring anytime. Bell may ring tomorrow. Before it's time to go, realize the show and become one with God. 98, realization 98, we are nothing. God is everything. When we realize I am nothing, God is everything. Remember the song? मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना. Remember, I am nothing. Oh Lord, I am nothing. Thou art everything. Remember this. This is what my Guru has always taught me this. Number 99. Live as a manifestation of the divine. Realize, neti neti tattvamasi. Not the body, not the mind. I am that. I am a manifestation. As long as the wave thinks it's a wave, it will never become the ocean. As long as we think we are this body, we will never become one with God. And realization number 100. Liberation, salvation, enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, all are the one and the same thing. I have a book called MEN, men, moksha, enlightenment, nirvana. The Christians call it salvation. Many people give it different names. Mukti, Azadi, Jivan Mukta, Sthit Pragya, many names. The names are different. The destination is one. When you put the 100 pieces of the puzzle together, then you can see the truth. You can realize the truth. And on this call, our goal is don't stop. Don't stop till you reach the destination. The destination is enlightenment. We have pasted the 100 realizations. All of you, if you just message me, I will send you the ebook. And if you want the hard copy, we will give you the hard copy. Hard copy will take some time. It will take a few weeks to print, but soft copy we can give you immediately. And the soft copy is on this. So today you please go ahead and ask me any questions on the realizations, or we will continue yesterday's discussion. Next week, I am starting a new topic, because spiritual jigsaw puzzle, after 2 months, we have been talking only of this. I myself am tired. So we are moving to the next subject. It is called the 4 quarters of life. It happens to be my next book. It's called the 4 quarters of life. So this is next week, next Friday, we will be talking about the 4 quarters of life. With that note, I hand over the mic to the administrator, and I ask you to please start the sessions of question answers.
I'm not sure if Shiv Shankar wants to continue from yesterday.
Shiv Shankar, would you like to ask your question? Shiv Shankar?
Yes, sir. Show him, Guruji.
Shivam, please go ahead, Shiv Shankar.
Yeah. I have one question.
Yes.
That is the. Will you please explain the concept of higher light beings?
Higher
Light
life,
beings. Light beings.
light beams.
Light beings.
Are you asking a engineering question or spiritual question?
Spiritual, sir. Higher light beings.
What do you mean by higher light beams? BEAM.
BEING.
Higher light being. Sorry,
Yes.
now I understand. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a terminology. So the people who are beings, who are human beings, who have reached the higher light, they are the people who have got enlightenment. Enlightenment is the higher light. You know how to go to your bedroom and switch on the light. Suppose you go to the kitchen and there's no light, you may trip and fall. But when you switch on the light, you can see all the stove and everything in the kitchen. But the higher light beings, they are able to switch on the light inside. They are able to switch on the light inside. You know how to switch on the light inside?
Yeah.
Where is the button? Shiv Shankar, where is the button to switch on the light inside?
That is again consciousness.
So this is what Guru Nanak, you know Guru Nanak? Have you heard of Guru Nanak?
Yes,
Guru
sir.
Nanak said, because I think you're new, he said, we human beings are like Navadwara Nagri. Navadwara Nagri, Hindi malum hai? Hindi, you know Hindi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Navadwara Nagri means we have 9 doors. 2 doors here, 2 here, 4, 6, 7 doors, and 1 door for excretion and 1 door for procreation. We have got totally 9 doors.
Yes.
Guru Nanak said, Hey Navadwara Nagari, Dasmai Dwar Kholo. Dasmai Dwar Kholo means open the 10th door.
10th
Wherever
door.
you call here. Some people will call here, some people call here, some people sell here. It's not a physical door.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That door will switch on that higher light which you are talking. I'm sorry, I did not hear your question correctly.
Is
But
okay.
the higher light is enlightenment. That is, you know what that does, Shiv Shankar? That light will eliminate all our dark ignorance. We
Yes.
human beings are living in Ghor Avidya. Ghor Avidya, not little Avidya. Complete. That's why, have you heard this mantra? For the benefit of everybody, have you heard this mantra? You must have heard. It says, Om Asato Ma
Yes.
Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. What's the
Yes.
meaning, Shiv Shankar? असत्य से सत्य को ले चलो. तमस से तमस ज्योतिर ले चलो. Tamas is darkness. Jyotir is higher light. And when the higher light comes, Mrityor, Amrutam Gamaya, take me from death to immortality. Oh Lord, take me from the untruth to the truth. Take me from darkness to light. Take me from death to immortality.
Yes.
That is the higher light. I hope I have made some
Yes, sir.
sense to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shiv Shankar.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for your question. Shiva, next question, Administrator.
Gautam.
Gautam.
Shivamayar.
Shivoham.
Yes, my question is today is it's got like when I am enlightenment. Okay, we realized that I am not the body, I am the divine soul. Okay.
Correct.
As we know that karma all gets dropped out. There will be no karma. Okay.
Correct.
Then why bad things happen to me? Because there is no karma.
No, because Abdiya. In Tamil, that movie, they know, they say Abdiya. That song, no, says Tere mere beech mein kaisa hai ye bandhan Then he says, Abdiya. So what you're saying, no, Gautam, it is not as easy as it's just like you're going to the market and after eating potato chips, you drop the empty packet in the dustbin and you say, I have given up eating potato chips. Have you given up eating potato chips after if you ask Kumaraswamy if he agrees, you first Kumaraswamy, after eating the full potato chips, he goes and drops the empty packet in the dustbin and is telling, I have given up potato chips. Gautam, when you are able to drop the full packet of potato chip in the dustbin, then you have given up potato chips, not after eating the full chips and drop in the dustbin. So what you say is correct, my dear Gautam, that if you are able to realize that you are not the body and mind, correct?
Okay.
Then you have no karma. Then bad things will not happen. Right now, why bad things are happening? Because you know I am not the body. You know I am not the mind. You know I am not the ego. I know you know better than me. But you have not realized. You have to realize.
If you realize,
You have
then
to
no.
no bad thing will happen. No, I guarantee you, if bad thing happen, I will take it. But first you realize.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question, please.
Shankar Selvaraj.
Huh?
Shankar Selvaraj.
Yes, Shivam Selvaraj, please ask your question.
My question is, you were talking about liberation and unification with God after self-realization, which happens automatically
Correct.
when self-realized.
It doesn't happen automatically, but it happens at death.
Okay. Now,
So should I explain that to you before you ask your question, or you know what I'm saying, or because you're new to the subject? So what we say, when we overcome our ignorance and we realize the truth that we are not the body, mind, ego, we are the divine soul, then we have mukti. We are liberated. We have got freedom or mukti. Mukti means when the body dies, there is no karma and there is no rebirth. At that point, the soul doesn't wander, it goes back and unites with God. The soul in any way unites with God. But the mind and ego, which is the illusory, subtle body, it ends its cycle of death and rebirth. So now you ask me your question.
okay. Now, the thing is, many scriptures and people, saints, they talk about karma and sins. So, if you are self-realized, will this not karma and sins be an obstacle to unification, liberation?
Karma is an obstacle. Karma is an obstacle. Let me explain to you. Just let me explain to you. Every normal human being is acting as an ego. Suppose you are saying, I am Shankar Selvaraj. I am doing this. I am earning money. I am taking care of my family. I am praying to God. That I is there. The moment that I is there, then karma is there. Because the ego, who creates karma? The karma is created by me, M-E, mind and ego. The moment we believe that we are the body and mind and ego, then karma will be created. But the moment we realize we are not the mind and ego, me, we are the divine soul, then there is no I. I become an instrument of God. I am nothing. I am zero. Oh Lord, I am nothing. You are everything. Oh Lord, I do nothing. You do everything. In that case, there is no karma. Because the karma belongs to the person who says it's me.
Okay.
So therefore, our goal is to be liberated from karma. That's our goal. And the moment we are liberated from karma, then we are liberated, then we are unified, then we are united with God.
Okay.
You have any more doubt on this matter? Any more doubt?
No.
See, so just to conclude, Shankar, we have to give up this ego. See, what is this ego doing? Just let me explain one more time to you. The ego says, my house, my car, my wife, my father. In reality, everything is ours. Anything is ours in this world. We come with anything. We will go with anything. We come empty. and we go empty. But we are covered with ignorance. We have to overcome this ignorance. This is called Maya. And when we overcome this ignorance, that's why all the newcomers, who all of you will come, including you and I'm forgetting the name of the previous,
Shiv
the previous
Shankar.
gentleman, Shiv Shankar. So they are, I'm happy that you all are coming, but come regularly for a few calls so that you get to understand the concept. Thank you, Shiv. Thank you, Selvaraj. I will
Thank
take the
you.
next
Thank
question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ajitek is next.
Ajitek.
Shivam sir.
Shivam, Ajitek.
हाँ जी सर, माय क्वेश्चन इज सर, जो समाधि में होता है और दूसरा सर, आई कांट सी यू.
You can't see me? अभी?
या
हाँ.
फाइन.
जो समाधि में होता है,
शिवम सर, जो समाधि में होता है और दूसरा गॉड रिलाइज सेंट के साथ एट द टाइम ऑफ डेथ पे होता है, वो दोनों एक हैं क्या? वो दोनों एक ही चीजें हैं क्या?
देखिए, हाउ वुड यू कम टू नो कि कौन समाधि में बैठा है और कौन गॉड रियलाइज है? आप अपने बारे में पूछ रहे हैं और दूसरों के बारे में पूछते हैं.
सर, आपके एक्सपीरियंस से क्या आपका?
See, let me explain to you. Because this world, there's too much dilution. Dilution मतलब जो सच है और झूठ है, वो सच और झूठ को अगर मिक्स कर दिया ना, ये सच और झूठ मिक्स करने के बाद एक भाजी बन जाता है. So let me explain to you. समाधि में जो लोग हैं, समाधि का मतलब है that you have reached that state of consciousness. You have reached that state of, you cross yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. This is the highest level of meditation. You have reached that level where you are the highest level, and you have reached that state of consciousness. The chances are such a person is a self-realized person, is a God-realized person. But it differs. A person में, suppose अजित, आप बैठते हैं समाधि में, आप जानते हैं मैं ना बॉडी हूं, मैं ना माइंड हूं, मैं ना आत्मा हूं. आप समाधि में बैठे हैं, ठीक है? लेकिन अचानक शाम को आप जब जाते हैं, कोई ब्लू लेबल स्कॉच का बॉटल आके टेबल पे रखता है, समाधि का भंग हो जाता है. फिर क्या करें? फिर ऐसे सिचुएशन में क्या करें, बताइए आप. So the truly realized person, वो अगर किसी ने उसको ब्लू लेबल का बॉटल दिया ना, पता है क्या करेगा? वो ब्लू लेबल का बॉटल खोल के ऐसा गटर में डालेगा. वो किसी को देगा भी नहीं ना, वो किसी को सेल भी करेगा. अगर किसी ने उसको ब्लू लेबल का बॉटल रखा उसके सामने, जो रियलाइज्ड आदमी है, वो बिल्कुल बॉटल खोल के गटर में डालेगा. लेकिन जो अभी तक रियलाइज नहीं किया है, वो सोचेगा अरे ये ब्लू लेबल को मैं 2000 में बेचू ना, फिर ये 2000 में किसी और को दूं ना. Look at this. This is the difference. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't get technical. हमारा गोल क्या है अजित? आपको क्या चाहिए? आपको वो you want that state of highest being, correct? जैसे हमारे शिव शंकर ने कहा था, we want to reach that state of high light being. आज उसने नया टर्म यूज किया. तो अगर हमें वो रोशनी चाहिए, हमें वो आत्मिक रोशनी चाहिए अजित. If you want to reach that state of enlightenment, work on that. Work on, don't get carried away. कि समाधि, what is the person in समाधि? वो समाधि में कटले का ही खा सकता है, या समाधि में पानी पूरी खा सकता है कि नहीं खा सकता है? नहीं, this is not important. What is important is when you are in the state of samadhi, you are able to experience God everywhere. The moment you are in samadhi, I'll tell you क्या होगा. आपका दिल खिल उठेगा. Your heart will be blooming. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. You will feel God everywhere. You have to reach that state. अभी दिखता है प्रभु हर जगह दिखता है अभी.
सर, ये क्या अभी तो थ्योरेटिकल है, प्रैक्टिकल नहीं हुआ.
So I like your honest answer. So work on
Sir-
that practically.
सर व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू दिस क्वेश्चन बिकॉज क्योंकि समाधि में क्या है कि जो योगी सेंट्स कहते हैं, जैसे आपने बोला कि उन्हें एक्सपीरियंस होता है आई एम नॉट दिस बॉडी, आई एम नॉट दिस माइंड। एट द टाइम ऑफ डेथ पे भी ये होता है कि ना बॉडी रहती है ना मन रहता है। तो मैं इसी में था कि क्या वो स्टेट्स दोनों सेम है क्या, ये था क्योंकि दोनों में मन बॉडी नहीं रहता है, तो ये मैं कंफ्यूज था कि दोनों से।
Nahi, see, they are two different things. Many people, they talk of samadhi. Some people say that I am in samadhi for last 1 year. I have not eaten any food for 1 year. बोलने के लिए तो anybody can say something. I don't want to get into, I don't want to make any tippani. No comment on these things. We want state of samadhi in its true sense is consciousness. You use the word, don't use the word samadhi. Samadhi का शब्द बहुत लोगों ने उसको wrongly defined किया है.
हाँ जी
Use the word consciousness. The moment Ajitek reaches the state of consciousness, Sat Chit Anand, you will be in a state of eternal bliss. कोई दुख ना, कोई टेंशन ना, आनंद ही आनंद, आनंद ही आनंद, कोई चिंता ना, कोई तृष्णा ना, no desire, no problem, no difficulty, no pain. Reach that state.
सर बस
That is
एक
my
छोटा सा
goal.
क्वेश्चन और कि
हाँ, बोलिए।
अभी क्वेश्चन पूछा था, मेरे ख्याल से गौतम जी ने पूछा था कि कर्मा जब एनलाइटनमेंट होता है तो कर्मा डिसॉल्व हो जाते हैं। तो सर रामकृष्ण परमहंस जी को जब कर्मा उनके डिसॉल्व हुए एट द टाइम ऑफ एनलाइटनमेंट, तो उनको कैंसर क्यों हुआ? कर्मा तो डिसॉल्व हो
अरे,
गया।
अरे माय डियर अजित, कैंसर थोड़ी उसको हुआ, कैंसर तो शरीर को हुआ यार। ये आप सोच रहे हैं कैंसर उसको हुआ, तो रामकृष्ण परमहंस तो हंसते थे, he used to laugh when cancer pain used to come. रामकृष्ण परमहंस used to laugh कि मेरा ये पकड़ गया, मैं बदमाश ने पकड़ लिया मुझको, ऐसे बोलता था। You read more about it. रामकृष्ण परमहंस को कैंसर नहीं हुआ, उनके शरीर को हुआ।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू
शिवो।
Next.
शिवो।
Next, Surinder Goel.
Surinder Goel, please ask your question, sir. Is it typed or is it asking? Yes, long time we have not seen Surinder Goel.
It's
Surinder
typed
Goel,
there.
आप दर्शन देंगे? Is he asking or has he typed out the question? Surinder Goel? I think he's typed.
Question is typed, sir. It's a
Typed,
typed
okay.
one.
Okay, so let me read. I thought we are getting darshan of Surinder Goel. Surinder Goel says, theoretically saying that I am not the body, mind, and ego, but divine soul is easy. But in true sense, I am the soul consciousness having body, mind, intellect, and ego. To live in soul consciousness is the goal of everyone who wants liberation. I am still living in body and mind consciousness, and for very, very short time in soul consciousness. God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, but as soul, I am not. I am not. Then how God and soul can be one? Surinder Goel, right now you are getting the soul consciousness in spurts. You are getting the soul consciousness kabhi kabhi. Kabhi kabhi soul consciousness mujhe to hota hai. It's like that. Kabhi kabhi. You are getting soul consciousness kabhi kabhi. You have to get soul consciousness all the time. When you are in that state of soul consciousness, then the question how God and soul can be one will disappear. Because as long as the wave thinks I am the wave, it cannot become one with the ocean. As long as Surinder Goel thinks I am Surinder Goel, doctor, as long as you say I am doctor, you cannot become one with God. Unless you say, a doctor कौन है यार? ए डॉक्टर है कोई? डॉक्टर किसने बनाया? डॉक्टर भी उसी ने बनाया। मैं क्या हूं? मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं। एनेस्थीसिया कौन करता है? मैं थोड़ी करता हूं, वही तो करता है। अगर आत्मा की शक्ति नहीं होती, there was no soul power, I cannot give anesthesia. So Surinder Goel, it is very nice that you have said that you are having moments of soul consciousness. The goal is to make that moment of soul consciousness become longer and longer and longer. When that soul consciousness becomes seamless, when it becomes eternal, they give an example in the temple. I don't know how many of you have got experience. When you put water on any linga or any murti, the water splashes. Yes or no? But when you put honey, will the honey splash? The honey doesn't splash because it sticks to the linga or the murti. These are symbolic ways to realize that you don't want your consciousness to splash. You want it to be seamless. You want it to flow. So Surinder Goyal, God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and so is your soul. Yesterday we had a very interesting discussion, and since nobody's asking this at this point, and Surinder Goyal's time, I'd like to close yesterday's point as well. In this world, Surinder Goyal, and part of your question, in this world, every particle of matter is energy. In this world, every particle of matter is energy. But every particle of matter is not a living being. It is not a living creature. Some of the matter is made alive by God. There are smallest living organisms called amoeba. Amoeba is a single cell organism. It's alive, it will die. That has a soul. It has a life. Anything which is born and dies has life. And the human being is the highest evolved soul. So the soul is everywhere. But in non-living creatures, the soul is dormant, like a dormant volcano. The soul, just like a volcano, has the power inside, but does not erupt. The soul is dormant in non-living things. Non-living beings also have got molecules. These molecules have got atoms, electrons, neutrons, protons. And inside there is energy, even in non-living creatures, but it is not alive. So Surinder Goyal, we are that God energy, which are what Kumar Swami said yesterday, we are like a stepped up energy. We are evolved energy. We are the highest soul. And it is our goal to be liberated from this body and mind, which we are not. And then we will realize that there is no difference between God and me. In the Upanishad, it's called Tat Tvamasi, I am Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. It is called the 4 Mahavakyas, the 4 principal statements of the Upanishads, the essence of the entire Vedas in 4 Mahavakyas. Thank you, Surinder Goyal. I hope that suffices. That is a good answer for you. Administrator, next is
Rekha, typed question.
Rekha Parvani. My question, can you elaborate the meaning of Jivan Mukta? Jivan Mukta is that person jo Jivan se Mukta hai. Simple. Jivan Mukta is Jivan se Mukt. Or jo Jivan se Bandha hai, the one who is tied up with samsar becomes a Jivatma. The Jivatma is all the time saying, like Rekha, how is my son? How is my grandson? We are all the time worried. What happened to my car? My car had an accident. Gaadi theek hai kya? Damage ho gaya. Naya gaadi lena padega. All the time we are worried about our money, our car, our grandchildren. All the time we are not able to be free. Freedom means mukti. Freedom means liberation. Freedom from ignorance. Freedom from Maya. We must be free from the avidya. I means, you know what? I means ignorance. I means ego. Today learn something new. When you say I is ignorance. I is the ego. The moment we say I, there is ignorance. So, my dear Rekha, Jivan Mukta means you are. I just now sang the bhajan. You forgot, Rekha, you didn't hear? Samsar ki maya se mukt hona, bhakti se ye hota hai, prabhu se gar pyar itna ho jayega, mukt fir wo hota hai. So Rekha, when you become a yogi, you are free, you are connected with God. That is Jivan Mukta. A Jivan Mukta, when they die, they don't come back to the planet Earth. They become one with God. Shiva, administrator.
Amitash,
Amitash, will you read the question or should I read?
Master, I'll say, Master.
Yes, please.
Shiva, Master. Master, you once said that yogi and bhogi both eat delicious food. But the difference is that yogi do not eat to derive pleasure, but bhogi eats to derive pleasure, the same food. So my question is, even the yogi will derive pleasure after eating delicious food. So even the yogi will derive pleasure after eating delicious food. So as a spiritual seeker, do we need to suppress pleasure in every possible form?
My dear Amitash, I have never said that we should suppress pleasure, and any kind of suppression or frustration will not give us enlightenment. There is the difference between yogi and bhogi is this. The yogi will enjoy. The yogi will enjoy one slice of pizza and enjoy it. The bhogi wants 8 slices of pizza. The yogi will not say, I want pizza, 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 pizza. Give me anything. The bhogi will say, I want margarita with sun-dried tomatoes and mushrooms. The bhogi is a slave to his desire. The yogi is accepting everything as a prasadam. Whatever comes in the plate of the yogi, he enjoys it. He doesn't suppress his pleasure. He doesn't need to suppress his pleasure. So I'm making that small correction. Please do not believe that the bhogi derives pleasure and the yogi does not derive pleasure. No, no, no. The yogi is also a human being. Though he is an evolved being, he has a tongue, he has a body, he enjoys the food. And every bite he eats, every piece of food he eats, he thinks of God. Are wah, are wah, mashallah, subhanallah. He's like that. Everything he's eating, Prabhu, Prabhu, Prabhu. It's like that.
But,
So
my follow-up question, just a small thing in this is, so if a yogi sits down in a restaurant and there is an option of porridge and there is option of pizza, so does he has to consciously choose porridge only? Because if he's choosing pizza, then he is under control of senses.
No, no, no. The yogi does not have to choose porridge instead of pizza. But let me give you a small example between a bhogi and a yogi. Correct? The waiter comes and tells the bhogi, sir, you want pizza or you want porridge? And the man says, I want pizza. And the waiter brings porridge. You know what the bhogi does? The bhogi takes the porridge and throws it in the face of the waiter. Said, Sala pagal hai kya tum? मैंने pizza order किया, क्या ये बीमार लोग का खाना लेके आया तुम? This is what he will shout. The bhogi will shout. And when the yogi, when he orders pizza, but the waiter brings porridge, the yogi will say, क्या लाए हो यार? Porridge? बहुत अच्छा. आज pizza नहीं खाएंगे, आज porridge खाएंगे. The yogi lives with the act of surrender and acceptance. The bhogi will get angry. I hope you got the answer, Amitash.
Yes, Master. Thank you for explaining. Thank you, Master.
Thank you. We have a last question of Surinder Goyal. I hope he is there. If soul consciousness is one, then how there is more evolved and less evolved souls? So Surinder, this is what we spoke yesterday, but thank you for your question because it clarifies and closes the doubt of yesterday. There are more evolved and less evolved souls, just like there is in America, the current is 120 volts. And in India, the current is 240. So Surinder Goyal, when I went to America, I bought a cooking pot. And when I came from America, I was in Europe. And in Europe, I bought some nice, good food in the supermarket and I connected the cooking pot. But when I connected the cooking pot, it blasted because it was 120 volts and Europe made this 240 volts. The cooking pot blasted, which means that just like yesterday we spoke about it and there was some confusion yesterday. I'm sorry for that, but we are very clear. Just like there is different voltage in electricity, the soul in an amoeba, the voltage of the soul, the power of the soul is lowest. Let's not call voltage now. The example is given. I'm not here to teach you all science, but spirituality, the power of the soul in an amoeba is less. The power of the soul in a tree is more. In a bird is even more. In an animal, it is even more. And in the human being, it is highest. Therefore, the question, if soul consciousness is one, how there is more evolved and less evolved souls that God has planned. Surinder Goyal, you should not deny the fact that the tree has less evolved energy than you and me. I'm sure you agree, Surinder Goyal. So just like we see sometimes some insects, some small insects, they are crawling. But some of these insects, they don't even have, you smash them, they have some slushy thing inside. They don't even have blood. So God has created different creatures. And I'm giving an example to you. It starts with the amoeba. The amoeba is a single cell organism with the lowest evolved soul. But anything that is alive has a soul. And that's why we die. So my dear friends, does anybody have a last clarification on this matters of yesterday, or we have cleared it? That I'm giving one opportunity of any clarification of this soul energy and soul consciousness and what we spoke yesterday. Anybody has a doubt?
No, sir.
Very good. So if there is no doubt, then we can continue, and we can continue with our question answers tomorrow, my dear friends. You have committed 1 hour on a Friday, and I am grateful to you. See, this is your life. My job, my goal is to help you reach yours. I try my best to explain in the best way I can. Whatever capability God has given me, I try to explain to you, and I try to help you move forward on this path of realization, of liberation, enlightenment, and unification. It is my earnest and humble effort to try, and I will continue to try every day at 8. It's a date. I will meet you, and on Friday it's at 7:30. I will come every day without fail. With God's grace, He will make me come, and I will try day after day to clarify your doubts, to hold your hand and help you walk with me, as together we walk on the path to the ultimate goal of moksha, enlightenment, and nirvana. I thank you and I bow down to you.